Okay, what I want to do in this video is talk a little bit about sentences and statements in particular, which kind of forms the building blocks for mathematical logic. So we know certain things like a collection of words which make sense is called a sentence, and roughly speaking, there are four kinds of sentences. The first of which is a declarative sentence, which it clearly declares something, or it asserts something. That's why it's also called assertive sentence. Examples of this are simple statements like simple sentences like "My name is Tom" or "I live in India." The other kind is imperative sentences. These are like command statements or requests or orders. As in, when I say, "Get me a glass of water," or "Open the door," "Shut the door," "Go there," "Come here," or "Do this," "Do that." It's kind of I'm ordering someone to do something. So those are the imperative sentences. The next is interrogative sentences. These are simply saying question statements like, "What is your name? Where are you going? Are you coming here? Have you done some research?" These are question statements basically, which require some answer as a response. Uh, they are called interrogative sentences. And the last type of sentences is exclamatory sentences, which they are exclamations or some kind of emotional statements, which usually include the exclamatory mark. So whenever you have a sentence involving an exclamatory mark, it's a good indicator that it's an exclamatory sentence. So, these are the four broad categories of sentences. A sentence can be either one of these. It cannot be any two of these types. So, whenever you come across a sentence, try to bifurcate into one of these four types. Okay. Next we come across a statement. Now, mind you, a sentence and statement, these are two different things. In fact, a statement is nothing but a declarative sentence which is either true or false. So it's concerned with the first category of sentences. It's declarative or assertive sentence. But not all declarative sentences are statements. Only those which are either true or false. Now, when you see it the first time, it might look like a joke because you might think that every declarative sentence will be either true or false, right? But that is not the case. For which you will encounter some examples here and something more, where you will realize that not all declarative sentences are statements. So our definition is that only declarative sentences, which you can confirm to be either true or false, will call them statements, and their truth value is they're either true or false. So that's truth value. Next, it's just a piece of notation because it's very cumbersome to write each and every sentence in the long way each and every time. So we introduce some notation, as in we usually denote sentences with small letters. Like here, I've denoted P, and the sentence is lion is an animal. So it's a statement. It's a declarative statement, and we know that lion is an animal. So it's a true statement. So I can denote that this lion is an animal. I can denote it with a T here, denoting that it's a true statement. Or I can say that P denotes this sentence, this statement. P is true. So these are two ways of saying that a statement is true. On the other hand, if I have another statement, let's say Q, which says that New York is in India, which we know is false. It is false, so I can denote it like this, or I can say that the statement Q is false. So yeah, this is a statement. Don't worry about it not being a statement. This is a statement, but its truth value is that it's false. It is a false statement. So that's why we say that Q is false, or this statement is false. So this is as far as we need to know for at least this part of the theory. Let's try to tackle some examples based on this. And here I have a bunch of sentences. Uh, I expect you to pause this video now and go through each and every sentence. Uh, tell whether they are declarative, imperative, interrogative, or exclamatory. In case they are declarative, can you say whether they are statements? And if they are statements, can you say whether they are true or false? So this consider this as an exercise. Pause this video right now and classify them into types of different sentences and whether they are true or false. So pause this video right now. Okay, I'll assume you have paused and tried the questions on your own. So let's now do it together. And the very first statement here says that 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. Now this is clearly a declarative sentence. So this is first of all a statement, and we know that 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. This is true, in fact. So I would say this is a true statement. The next one says 3 plus 4 is equals to 7. First of all, this is a statement because it is a declarative sentence, and then we know it is false, in fact, because 3 plus 4 is a 7, it's not 6. So I would say it's a false statement. It is a statement, it's just false. The next says if x and y are in this is just notation for x and y belong to the set of real numbers. If x and y are real numbers, then x plus y is equals to y plus x. This is just a convoluted way of saying that it doesn't matter which way you add two numbers, the result is the same. If you add x plus y or you add y plus x, the results are same. And this is something which we know for is true. It is a fact. It's usually called the commutative property, or I don't know, but we know it's a true statement. So all real numbers commute with respect to addition. So x plus y is equals to y plus x. It's a true statement. The next, sun rises in the west. First, this is a statement, but it is false, right? Sun, we know from experience that sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So I would say this is a false statement. The next one says x plus y is equals to 5. Now this is interesting. This is a declarative sentence. This is declaring something about these variables. The variables x added to the variable y gives you 5 is equals to 5. But we cannot tell whether it's true or false because the trueness or falseness of this statement, it depends on the exact values of x and y, right? So I would say this is a statement. I would say this is a declarative sentence. This is a declarative sentence, but I cannot say whether it's true or false. So these are what are called open sentences. These are open sentences. You cannot deduce whether they are true or false. It depends on the exact values or exact properties of these numbers x and y. Mind you, you cannot even say that this is a false statement because there may be numbers x and y which add up to 5. For example, if x is 2 and y is 3, then yes, this will become a true statement. But if x is something else like 1 and 100, then obviously this is not true. So it depends on the exact values of x and y. Therefore, this is an open sentence. Okay. The next one is again a bit interesting. It says Sachin is the best batsman. Again, this is a declarative sentence, but is it true or false? Now, this is I think this is kind of an opinion statement because first of all, there's an ambiguity in this word best. What do you mean by best? What is the definition of being the best batsman? And if you say this statement, Sachin is the best batsman, this may be true for some people. Some people believe Sachin is the best batsman. There are some people who say Sachin is not the best batsman. There may be someone else who is better than Sachin. So I would say this is again a bit ambiguous. So I wouldn't call it a statement. I would say this is still an open sentence. If it's not a statement, I cannot say it's true or false. It's an open sentence. The next one is open the door. This is an imperative sentence. It's commanding someone to open the door. So it's not a sentence. It's a sentence of imperative types. It's not a statement. It's not even an open statement. It's an imperative sentence. So I wouldn't say it's a statement. No. The next is where are you going? This is a question, and hence it's an interrogative sentence. So it can't be a statement again. The next one says, alas, it was the end. And you have a huge hint here. The exclamation mark means that it's an exclamatory sentence and hence it's not a statement. Next one says, there are infinitely many primes. So here you have a declaration. It is declaring that there are infinitely many primes. So it is a declarative sentence. And I'm not sure whether you know this or not, but this is known to be true. There is a logical proof. There is a logical proof which concludes that there are infinitely many primes. So we can be sure that this is a true statement. I would say this is a true statement. The last one. There are infinitely many twin primes. Now I'll just give you the definition of twin primes. It is a pair of primes where the first one is, let's say, p and the next one is p plus 2. So if you have primes which are 2 apart, then that pair is called a twin prime pair, or the two primes are called twin primes. And there are infinitely many twin primes. This is again a declarative sentence, but if I'm not sure whether you are aware of this or not, but till today it has not been proven that this statement is true or false. There's no proof to say that there are infinitely many primes, and we don't still know. We are not sure about this whether the statement is true or false. We know this is a statement. So what I would say is this is till now it's an open sentence. Maybe in the future, if we have a proof of this, it will become a true sentence or a false statement, a true statement or a false statement. So as of now, I would say this is an open sentence. So there we have a bunch of sentences and its classification, and we discussed its a truthness or truth, whether their statements are true or false. So as an exercise, what I would suggest is whenever you come across sentences, try to classify them into these 4 types. And in case you can say that they are statements, try to say whether they are true or false. I'll see you in the next video.